was there any nervousness in the team? Like, oh, here we go again.
None. Yeah, all the way. Oh yeah. Obviously, you're 4-1, and you're in control of the game, and that's why they're a good team. Is they put their 6 best players out on the ice surface. They get 2 face-offs, one off of at least one off of an icing. So they got you pinned in a little bit, and they made some plays, and obviously, maybe even a couple lucky bounces, but at the same time, that's part of the game. And I thought the talk was right on the bench. The guys were locked in. We knew what we had to do, so we got through it. It's good.
2 goals for Braden Harlan, really coming into his own now.
Yeah, he's been playing really well. This is the stretch run in which last year he was so valuable for us. So, he's the type of guy who plays his best in the biggest games, and certainly is real in touch with his role and how important he is to our team. So it's good to have him step up here in this last little bit.
What are your thoughts on Kia's play of late?
Well, I think the last 2 games, Hackett's probably been our best player, but as I said before, I think Justin's been the most impactful with the way that he's played, just in terms of giving our team a good boost when we needed it with a couple of big hits yesterday, 2 fights, and then same thing tonight. He gets that big hit in the neutral zone, and then Angelitas tracks him down, and that's a veteran player in this league going after a young guy. And for Kesey to have the ability to get that team off their game a little bit that way against a real physical team, that's the type of impact he needs to have.
Speaking of Hackett, any nervousness with back-to-back games?
I talked to him after the game yesterday morning, and he obviously played really well yesterday. And he said he was feeling good, and we felt with a day and a half of rest before the night game, after the morning game, that he felt like there was plenty of time for him to bounce back, and he liked where his game was at. So it's not something we do a lot of, especially coming off of an injury, but as we talked about, we're in a position we got to win games, so we got to put the guy in that's playing the best. And if he felt like he could go, we were going to go with him, and he felt he was good.
Did his puck to take and run?
I'm sorry, what's that?
Did his puck to take and run? Like,
oh yeah, I mean, the way that he's played the last couple of games, absolutely. We haven't made any decisions on Friday yet, but we'll see how he feels tomorrow. We're going to take the day off tomorrow so he can rest and do his treatment, and then from there, we'll see how he feels Friday morning.
Your schedule is very one goalie can handle it conducive right now.
Yeah, especially the next couple of weeks. We don't play any back-to-back. There's a lot of time spaced out there, and any goalie wants to take the ball and run with it. So I'm sure even coming off of the injury, I think he's feeling a lot better from a conditioning standpoint. So he's going to want to play as much as he can.
We talked a little yesterday about Dalby, but I mean, he does seem to be a whole lot more effective, in all parts of the game than earlier.
Yeah, I just, like we talked about, Kevin, I just think it's, we don't, as guys that aren't out there playing every night, you don't realize the value of, or how hard it is to go from being a 6-minute-a-night guy for 2 years on a 4th line where all you do is touch it, get it out of your zone, touch it, get it in their zone, and then go forecheck. Now you're being asked to make plays, our play. He does a great job on our penalty kill. But, it takes a little while for that skill to come back, that goal scoring, that quick release, that getting in the right spots, that being confident with the puck. We've really seen him over the last couple of months here really develop into the player that, we want him to be at the beginning of the year, but it took a little bit longer than probably he had planned to see there.
All right, I got one.
Yeah, I know.
We talked with Tim in between periods, and he was asking about Tim Shaler and his being an RF after the end of the year, and he had some good compliments for Shaler. And I guess what have you seen in his progress from day one to now? And does he strike you as a guy who's NHL ready for next season?
Yes, I think he's ready to have a role in the National League. Whether it's next season, it's I hate to say it's a numbers game. It comes down to we have a lot of sentiment in the organization right now, but I think Timmy can play in that league. He's got to learn to be a bit more consistent. He's a guy here that's trusted with minutes against top players, and he gets the Nemestikov and the Marchessault, so he chases guys around a lot. And that's kind of the progression in his game, where last year he had a hard time finishing shifts. He had a hard time finishing games a lot of times, just mentally and physically. And we've seen him develop into a guy that can do that now a lot more. Now it probably helps, obviously, having Jerry D'Amico out there with him, who's the same type of player that you can trust with a lot of really difficult minutes, and Braden Irwin, the same thing. But, you know, I think Timmy is getting closer to being a very effective, you know, player at that level.
And no surprise to you that McCabe goes off, plays a couple NHL games, then comes right back down and jumps in front of a shot?
No, that's his game. You know, that's the way he plays. I know, you know, I talked to him a little bit this afternoon, and you know, I think he relishes that because, you know, like we were talking about with Dalpe, you know, Jacob goes up there and he's playing 10 minutes, comes here and he's playing 28 to 30, so he understands his role, and he understands how he needs to play to be effective, physical. He's got a block shot. He's got to be a real good penalty killer. You know, he's got to find his offense out there, but he doesn't have to push overly hard for it. And I think that, you know, that's kind of the trademark of his game. So he showed, you know, how important it was for him to win tonight, which shows you what type of kid he is.
He had a lot of minutes.
Yeah, a ton of minutes.
And he was really good tonight.
Yeah, he was real good, and I even, you know, Rudy played 30 yesterday, and I don't know what he ended at today. I didn't see the final sheet, but he was at 20, 21 through 2 periods today. That's tough, you know, especially with our decor the way it is. You know, he's getting a lot of the hard minutes as well, which is not necessarily the role that we want Rudy playing all the time. You know, he's more of an offensive guy. We want to get
Well,
out
goal
there.
will be minutes left next time, Chad.
Again,
Like buddy.
thanks.
Analytics.
What was
Exactly.
Thanks, we got him one more time. What were we talking about?
McCabe.
Yeah, so, you know, Rudy, obviously, I thought both of them really dug in tonight and found a way to get it done. I didn't, you know, maybe weren't as sharp offensively as they would be on a normal night, but they found ways to break up plays and be real solid.
Grigorenko back soon?
Yeah, we're hoping he's going to be ready for Friday. He's been skating the last few days. You know, we'll get him on the ice tomorrow. We'll push him around a little bit and see how everything is, and get him a pregame skate on Friday, and we're hoping he can play Friday night.
Justin Kears continued with his physical play tonight as well.
Yeah, that's a big key for our game. You know, his physical play, and we obviously gaining a lot more confidence and trust in him. You know, and that's what he has to do to get more minutes and to be effective in the game. So we're real happy with where he's at right now.
A big key to his game.
Big key to his game.
Good one.